Chat, chat, chat. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hello and welcome to the Road to Wrestling School. The HOV to the HOP. HOP, of course, standing for the House of Pain. Neil Superior Professional Wrestling Training Center in beautiful downtown Hagerstown, Maryland. I'm Grizzly Joe Grasso.
And I'm hashtag Hamish Stewart, running a red light.
All right, good job running a red light, Hamish. That guy's really mad.
Always pissed.
Well, what an appropriate transition to introduce our special guest.
Mr. Hit you with the lefty and the righty, Arrogant Almighty Tommy Seto.
Ooh, he's fancy. We are 3 up-and-coming wrestling trainees on our way to wrestling school, and we're going to let you listen in on the conversation. Well, Hamish, besides running that red light, how you doing this week?
Things are going well, Joe. I appreciate it. Started a new workout routine.
Of course.
2 weeks ago, our illustrious trainer, John Rambo, gave me a new workout routine to follow. It is hard as balls and not fun. I usually have a lot of fun when I get in the gym, and this is not so much fun. But I've also cut down my calories because what I'm trying to do is burn off some fat. So I've made it up to 196 pounds at 12.5%, 13% body fat.
Now you feel like the rest of us feel at the gym, you fool. That we don't like going. No one likes going.
No. I really love it. I still love it. It's great. But anyway, so I cut my calories from 34 to 3,600 all the way down to 2,300. So yeah,
Damn stick.
Yeah, so I'm not like the happiest guy, but doing all right. How about you, Joe?
I'm doing all right. You know, I'm dealing with some nonsense. But enough about me. We got a special guest, and we're ignoring this fool.
Special guest. You should be reoccurring now.
Yeah, well, we'll see. You become reoccurring when you reoccur.
Yeah.
For now, he's a special guest.
Okay.
Good old Tommy Seto.
How you guys doing today?
Tommy Tsunami,
Tommy Salami.
a.k.a. Tommy Tsunami, a.k.a. Tommy Salami, a.k.a. Tommy Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the wrestler of the future.
I think that's my favorite.
Today is not your day.
I don't know. I think actually now that I think about it, I think Tommy Salami is my favorite because you know what? It's average. But anyways,
Is that your FetLife profile name, Tommy Salami?
Please don't bring that up. God, no.
I will forever bring it up for Big Daddy Rai Rai. Rest in peace, Big Daddy Rai Rai. I'm gonna pretend he's dead when he's not on the podcast. When he shows up, he'll be here, but when he's not here, he's dead. That's how I'll run it from now on. So Tommy Tsunami Seto Salami Tomorrow. You
Quite a name. It's like Dumbledore. Right?
now, Mike and I, as we've said before on this podcast, unless you're brand new, in which case this is new to you, we've trained before. Myself at the House of Pain and Hamish at Bone Breakers in Baltimore.
right?
Now, Tommy, you're fresh. You're new. You're a young babyface, white meat babyface, greenhorn trainee.
Right?
Yeah. How long you been training now?
Since January.
Since
I think.
January.
Yeah, this is my second stint though. My first stint was in July.
You tried a little then.
Yeah, that lasted a week.
What was the problem?
My dad.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like the Joker. My father. you
Oh
see.
my.
Yeah, but he's not a big fan of wrestling. He found out and he told me to quit.
Oh,
So,
dear.
Yeah, that was that.
Now you put your foot down.
Oh no, he doesn't know. Actually.
Oh.
So Dad, if you're listening,
I'm actually at the movies. This is the road to the movie theater.
The road to the Oscars. That's a
when
thing,
they said road to wrestling school, they meant
it's a movie called Wrestling School.
Yeah. What they meant to say, Mom, help me out, please. Come on.
Woo! Well, good luck. Hope your father is computer illiterate like mine.
Well, here, let me. If Tommy's father is listening, and I said this on the last podcast, and I mean this completely honestly. I'm not lying at all. And you'll learn that about me, Tommy. I'm all in, 100% or 0. So Tommy, I believe, will be the one trainee from this crop that's in with the trainees. I'm not talking about the guys who have already certified. The guys are doing shows. Those guys, all those guys there, Cocky Rocky, Tremor, Luke, Willie, RL.
Yep.
Yeah, all those guys are fantastic dudes, and
Right.
in their own right should be wrestling, in huge places. Tommy is the one guy that will make it. I'm telling you right now, I would put money today on the Tommy Tsunami stock that, in 5 years, you're going to see him in Ring of Honor. You'll see him somewhere big. He's got the look. He's got the moves. You tighten up that body a little bit. You're ready to rock.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Yeah, that's right, man. I mean, because you got your age going for you.
Right.
You're starting young. See, we started young-ish. We started, I think I was 25. No, I was 24, 23.
The ripe age.
You were 21? Yeah, I mean, you're young. But
Yeah.
you're young, man.
Straight out of high school.
Yeah, so...
Just folks.
Yeah. Feel the burn. I'm sorry, we're not political in here. Did you? I'm just feeling it's very warm.
All right, just quiet.
We're already driving on the right lane. You really want to go right wing right now? Huh?
Ooh. Well, look, it's the only way the country's going to be fine, okay?
So, you're a brand new trainee. You're doing really well. You've been training since January. We came back in November, wasn't it? When we started showing up? Yeah, about November?
Ended of December we came back, because I remember it was after Thanksgiving.
Okay. So yeah, how you enjoying it this time, brother?
This is great, man. Like, but besides, having something to work towards in the gym, like, it's just something to look forward to every week. Just the house shows, so to speak, the Thursday night matches we have, always a lot of fun, a great learning experience. And then I go Mondays. I know you guys don't, but
we wish we could. God, we wish we could.
Go every day if we could.
Yeah, but that's more of a one-on-one session with Rambo, because on Thursday that's when you see what you need to work on and how Rambo helps you, on tape. But on Monday he gets in the ring and then walks you through everything, and it's great, especially when guys like Smith, R.L. Smith, and I think he's the only consistent one, me and him. But we get some good matches in, a good 10-minute session here and there, and then it's just all fun and a lot of work.
Yeah, I miss going on Monday nights. You'd go in, you'd learn a few moves, and you'd try to hone those moves.
Right.
And then maybe you'd get them in a match later that night. Thursday night matches are great. We're there, we're bumping out matches, and it's a lot of fun. Where we also do matches, Hamish, is we have a show. Don't we?
Oh, yeah.
It's called Renaissance Rumble. That's right. It's a Renaissance-themed, professional wrestling-themed
Stunt show.
That's right. We are appearing at the Maryland Renaissance Festival this season, starting in August, going to October. Come see us on the Blackfriars stage.
Hey guys, I just have a question real quick.
Oh, yeah?
What if I'm interested in the wrestling life, but I'm not ready to fully commit to training?
Oh, look at that. Look at that plug. Oh, well, I got news for you, buddy.
I might slip Tommy $5. Like, that was amazing. I mean, Ryan has been on this ride, for months and couldn't pull it together.
We had a good one on the last one.
We didn't. And his last one, he pulled it together.
That's all I'm saying. Now, yes, you're correct. We have an actor's workshop, an intro to professional wrestling for the actor. Now, we're going to take you through how to run a match. We're going to take you through different moves. We're going to put you in the ring, and we're going to show you what professional wrestling can do to help your acting training. Because we believe that every actor should experience professional wrestling, because we believe it's the purest form of theater. So we are doing that at University of Maryland College Park, Sundays, starting at the end of May. And if you're listening to this podcast right now, it's happening this weekend.
Hey, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is the last advertisement we can do for it. So thanks, Tommy. That's
and
right.
also, Hamish mentioned $5.
Oh,
That's about the same amount that it takes to start up your FanDuel account. Any fantasy league today at the palm of your hands.
Oh, delightful. Big Daddy Ryra would be so proud. Rest in peace.
Sorry, our new sponsor is the True Cars app.
Ooh.
Sorry, no.
Awkward.
All right, so I want to talk about something, just a fun kind of topic to talk about to kind of cleanse the palate. Your favorite entrance music.
Yeah, see, that's one of my topics. Now, see, I was going to hold off on that, dude, because now I have to make the decision. Poor Grizzly Joe, who's now editing this, has to decide, am I going to put the theme music in that we mentioned? Because that would be cool. But then it'll take me like an extra week to edit.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. Just look these things up.
All three of the listeners, listen, they'll know what it is.
Yeah, so favorite entrance music. There's so many. If you're going to go with my number one, gets me pumped every time and is the perfect song, it's a tie. It's an absolute tie between Real American and Don't Go Messing with a Country Boy.
Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, listen to it. It will get you pumped. It will get, because you know exactly who's coming out, and you pop for it.
No.
Oh, boy.
No. Best entrance music, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, he's not my favorite wrestler, but this is best entrance music, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's another one. It's another great one.
There's no words, so there's no... when you hear that glass shatter, everybody goes, oh my God, Stone Cold Steve Austin's coming to the ring. This is great. There's no have to wait for 10 seconds of intro. Glass shatters. Dun, 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 and here he comes.
You know, in an interview with Jim Johnston, the guy who wrote that song, it was actually a ripoff of Bulls on Parade.
Oh, really?
Because that song was really hot at that time. And then the WWE executives were like, hey, we want this as his theme, but we can't because we don't want to pay licensing.
Huh.
So make your own rendition of this, and boom.
We did a good job. And so this is my argument. When the glass shatters, you don't need, this is The Rock, or this is, you don't have to lead into Real American. Glass shatters, here comes Stone Cold.
Here's the thing, even, the song we have on our our iPods, our cassette tapes.
I use Laserdisc.
Oh, that's for movies, you young punk. Ooh. I lost my train. The Real American doesn't start with that build-up. It goes, dun, 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 dun. It goes right into that. Listen to it. That's what it does.
I know. I hear it. But if you hear the CD recording, all right, it starts out with really faint. I am a real man.
See, this is where that was for Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo.
Really?
Listen to so what's the beautiful part? Since we're talking about theme music,
I want you to know they should have buried themselves and stayed buried.
Oh, like you don't know. If you haven't done this, if you're not a wrestling fan, or if you're a new,
it was a horrible reference.
So, if you get that, you are a friend. The wrestling album, the first WWF wrestling CD that had theme music and other songs.
Yeah, skits by the wrestlers.
So in between the tracks, on the Colt 45, because that's how I originally got it. Yeah. We had it in our jukebox, which was amazing. I wish we still had that record, because I bet it's worth something. A whole lot of nothing. In between the tracks was this banter between Vince McMahon, Mean Gene Okerlund,
and Jesse the Body Ventura, baby.
And it was spectacular. And I repeat it every day if I can, something from that. Because it's amazing. And a lot of it doesn't make any sense. For example, Jesse Ventura at the end says, let's the three of us sing a duet. And I know that's supposed to be a joke, but it's a really bad one.
Yeah, he introduces Mean Gene doing Tutti Frutti by calling, he's definitely a Tutti with Fruity, and you're like, what does that mean?
I love Mean. He has a voice of leather and a face to match.
Wow.
He is, yeah, oh no, but I mean, but it highlights something though. So Jesse the Body says these crazy things, and everybody lets it go because of the charisma he had. So I mean, we should kind of think about that as well in our stuff. We could get away with saying ridiculous. It doesn't have to all be spot on, but as long as we're in the moment, embracing the character that we are and who we are, it'll sell. It'll be big. It'll work. We just gotta believe it. My big thing when I get in the ring is that there's always this moment where I feel like the air gets sucked out and I don't know what's coming next. I should just embrace that and be like, well, nobody knows what's coming next. You know what? I'm just going to live as Hamish, and Hamish is whatever. He's going to, I don't know. Something will happen, but that's where I think I lose, and then I start speeding up or those bad tendencies start popping in.
Exactly. Yeah, you get lost in the ring. You don't know what to say. I'm the same way.
So, back on entrances.
Yeah,
Hamish?
So I'm going off. I'm going to start off, and I'm going to say my top 2 or 3. I don't know if I could call it number 1. Ric Flair's entrance.
Okay.
I mean, very simple, but comes out to that real. You know exactly who's coming down to the ring.
Right.
When he gets to the ring, there's no need for him to do anything else. But there you go. And I also liked Goldberg's entrance. I wasn't a big Goldberg fan, but the entrance of him coming from the back, and now we got security guards and that big spark curtain. I was like, wow, that is really impressive. Really sets up the monster that he was.
I guess. I never much cared for his. I was annoyed by WCW at that time.
Yeah. I wasn't big on his gimmick, but I
liked his entrance.
The entrance was awesome.
I like whenever the sparks faded away, he would breathe in some smoke and then breathe it out.
Yeah, breathe it out.
That was so cool.
Right. I mean, Triple H, another one, huge. Right. Love that entrance like crazy.
Time to play the game. Yeah, watch the game. I'm gonna play ya. Yeah.
Flex at the front of the ring and show you how freaking ripped I am.
I got tired of that too. Nah, I didn't care for it.
No, you're probably like the Honky Tonk Man.
Correct. Honky Tonk Man, Disco Inferno. If you can come out dancing, you're doing all right. Or Rey Mysterio's leap out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, dancing is. I sometimes wish I could dance, like come down to the ring dancing.
You could just do it, you know.
You think?
You could try it.
Hashtag Hamish just dance.
If you look like you know what you're doing, you'll be over.
You're right.
Just gotta have wrestling is 90% just being confident.
That's anything though, because dancing's the same thing. At prom, I didn't know how to do anything. I just went in the middle with a smile on my face, looked like I know what I was doing, and then boom.
That would be our prom section of this podcast that we didn't think would ever show up on our podcast. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Tommy, my prom was in 1998.
Mine was last year.
You weren't born in 1998.
I hate you, Tommy.
Yeah, 1998. Yeah, it was.
I hate you so bad.
Were you?
I was 97.
Oh!
2 years old.
Excuse me, princess. Ugh.
Favorite entrance, Joe? Come on, give it to me.
My favorite entrance? I don't know. Who did I love? I love seeing the Brood come out. I know we've talked about the Brood before.
Their theme is nice too.
Yeah, their theme was like wow, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
You sprayed the blood on the people. Ryan hated it. He made fun of Gangrel.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we said this in the last podcast. We just said it in the last. Can you imagine being Gangrel and you show up in the airport and somebody's forgotten your like gimmick luggage, and you're like, "Where am I going to find a puffy shirt in Minneapolis?"
Right?
It's 6 o'clock and the show is at 8. I can't find a pirate shirt.
It's a very good point. Very integral to his gimmick. It was.
You know, the pirate shirt is why he got released in the first place.
What?
Get out.
Okay, so he during the end of his like WWE run, he was getting a gut. He was getting a little belly. So what he did to hide it was he would tuck his shirt in while he wrestled. So during his last match, well, he didn't know it was going to be his last match, but during it, his shirt came untucked and it revealed his belly.
Oh
and
dear.
then Vince, who was at the time, he still is, but big on ripped bodybuilder kind of guys, that kind of physique. He saw Gangrel and he's like, "Oh, this is unacceptable." So you're fired.
So this transitions to my next point.
That's pretty good, by the way.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good, you're fired.
Yeah. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. What the WWE and a lot of wrestling is lacking, but that's the one I'm the most familiar with, the current. And there was an article about this recently because Bret Hart brought it up. There are no more big monsters. There are no more earthquakes. There are no more King Kong Bundys. Someone who, while still being big and tough, didn't look as cut as the other wrestlers. So, like, when a Shawn Michaels, when a Bret Hart, when a Rey Mysterio would come out, and you saw, or Hulk Hogan, and you saw them ripped, there would be a difference. It wasn't this Bret Hart made the comment that, like, everyone now, they're all small, and they all have abs. And that it's the same thing over and over again. They're all like, maybe a $190, and they're flying around the ring doing high spot after high spot. There's no difference.
Well, I think that's because the demographic and the audience of the WWE has changed. It's not about who stands out, aesthetically. I think it's about athleticism now.
Yeah, but you know who does that better? MMA. Like 1,000 times better.
I think that has to do with it, because MMA is rising in popularity.
See, WWE has gotten away from its roots.
Right.
The reason you saw pro wrestling is because it came out of the carnival. It's a sideshow. Sometimes you need to see the heaviest man in the world. Sometimes you need a Haystack Calhoun. Not everyone has to be this ripped, athletic body. Because you know what? You know what happens? Tommy, Tsunami, Salami?
What?
You end up with the same match every match of these high spot after high spot after high spot, and that's it. You know what? That makes me numb after a while.
True.
Like, I want to see a difference in those matches, different styles. You know what was great about Mick Foley? Mick Foley was not cut. Mick Foley was he was another monster. But then he became someone we loved, like George the Animal Steel. Like, this guy wasn't cut, but he was a monster. He was somebody we could revile at first, and then we came to love him because he became a face.
Yeah, and the Heavyset heel also. I mean, let's go. Your Tugboat, your Typhoon, your Earthquake, your Adrian Adonis,
Your King Kong Bundy.
your King Kong Bundy. Yeah, I mean, I agree. You don't find. I think the closest you get to that is Paul White as the Big Show.
True.
Even he's on his last years in WWE.
Yeah, but you don't. You're right. You don't see that big agile guy anymore. Like Adrian Adonis for his size. He could do that Shawn Michaels flip over the corner turnbuckle. I mean, for a guy like that size, he's big. To do that was amazing.
See, there are like two guys I can think of off the top of my head that are big and are very athletic in the WWE. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. I don't know if you guys have seen Luke Harper's.
I look exactly like Luke Harper.
I don't know if you guys have seen Luke Harper's indie work, but oh my goodness, it was amazing.
No, he's great. He's a different style. I like him, and Bray as well, but they don't use him enough. And Bray's costume is ridiculous. I hate his outfit.
Really?
Like, you're supposed to be this crazy man from the woods, but you look like a hipster that's hanging out at the mall. Is my opinion what he wears.
I mean, I could see it kind of go both ways.
Yeah, I can't see him wearing like trunks.
No, definitely not trunks.
No, not trunks, but I mean, if you're going to be a weirdo from the woods, be a weirdo from the woods.
Speaking of trunks, where the hell do you get trunks? Like, I was like, I
don't know.
I should put trunks on underneath my kilt.
Freaking High Spots, dude.
High Spots give me trunks?
Highspots.com, man. That's where you get all your pro wrestling gear. There's a plug for them that's actually, I guess, kind of a plug. It's an actual wrestling plug. No, that's where we get all our gear, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I got my.
You could use this thing called Google. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Right.
Literally look up wrestling trunks, and I guarantee you something will come up.
Okay, all right, fine. Point taken.
You know, do I need to give you a laser disc with instructions? Because I could do that.
I'd actually appreciate a mini disc because I still have a mini disc player.
That's absurd.
You guys are so lame. I use beta tapes.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy with his references to before he was born.
Still, it's the quality of it.
Oh no, beta.
That's right. You actually get to hear the crackling of it. It's great.
Actually, Tommy, a point that beta was actually better than VHS.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Yes, it just could not hold as much as a VHS tape, which was the issue because you can only hold about an hour on a Betamax tape.
Then
so you could not put movies on it. That's right.
The HD of
HD
of tapes.
Do you guys remember HD DVDs?
We do.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Blu-ray came in.
Yeah, Blu-ray just killed it, man.
Now Blu-ray is dead.
Is it?
Sort of. I mean, there's still movies that come out on it. But
I mean,
for the most part, the medium is dead.
Yeah, because Netflix, all that.
Yeah,
good
digital
stuff.
now, man.
Yeah.
The logical next step.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Man, we need more monsters. That's all I'm going to say. I'm trying to be that character. I'm not I'm not working to get too fit here. I don't want to get too ripped. You know what I mean? There, Hamish?
I mean, look up.
And you're succeeding.
But I mean, I'm also not going the other route. I'm not getting super huge.
Right.
So I'm something in between, which isn't quite right. So
Look up, because recently at a Ring of Honor pay-per-view called Global Wars, two tag teams had this amazing match. It was the Briscoes versus War Machine.
Yeah, Briscoes are good.
Right, and both those Briscoes are more muscular than they are monster.
They're almost like the Anders. Like they wear the singlets, right?
Right.
They do
Well, not anymore. They're like a redneck kind of gimmick now.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like them when they did the singlet gimmick.
Yeah, but War Machine, they have around your build, Joe.
Oh, good.
And they are athletic as hell. It was such a good match at Global Wars. Actually, the whole pay-per-view was amazing. But yeah, so I guess there are monsters still out there.
We still need more sideshow guys. We need to see, like, I want to turn it on and see someone who stands out in a weird way. You need ugly people. It's the same thing I feel about movies today. Look at, like, movies in the 70s, 80s, even some of the 90s. You kind of had ugly people in movies. They weren't always, like, perfect. Now I look at people and it's like, you got perfect teeth, you got a perfect look, you got a perfect build. Like, I don't want to see that in my movies.
Yeah, but I'm going to go back to something that Tommy said that I think is really important, is that the demo changed for WWE people, and it's a larger product. So it's got to be more mainstream, and it's got to bring in more. It's got to bring more eyeballs in it, and it's a publicly traded company. So
right,
they've trying to sell to your shareholders or sell to people like, oh, this is the way the business used to be, ain't gonna cut it. I think they're trying to sell this fast action high spot show.
If they want to do that, cut that hour off of Raw. If you want the action high spot thing, you got this extra hour of the same matches.
Let's say. I mean, that's
a whole other argument.
That's a whole other. I agree. Raw's way.
Also, I'm pretty sure their stock has been dropping. Last I checked, so their product ain't that good.
Well, yeah, I mean, but Raw's way too long.
Apparently, they're probably going to do a brand split at some point.
That'd be nice because NXT is pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
that's what I hear. I haven't watched it yet, but I've been meaning to. Now, you know whose entrance I loved? I go back to this. I'm going back to this because I just remembered someone. I was watching SummerSlam 1991. He was not in 91. No, Mr. Perfect.
Oh my God, Kurt Hennig is fantastic.
Yep.
Mr. Perfect, you're right. Mr. Perfect is another one. He was such a good technician, and everything was great.
He was perfect.
He was perfect.
He literally was. And his entrance was amazing. With the towel and the gum, spitting it out, hitting it.
Oh my God, that gum! I've tried to do that a zillion times. There's nothing tougher than spitting that gum out, trying to swat it out of the air.
He's my favorite. I adore him.
You're right. I'm gonna give somebody a perfect plex tonight.
Good call.
I'm gonna call it the Loch Ness.
That's nice. I like that.
Not bad.
No, you should call it
That's a cripple a crossface. So I call it Loch Ness.
Rings of Saturn.
It's not the Rings of Saturn.
It is
No, it's
because
not.
Benoit has lost his right to that move.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
Look, Mike Tyson's a total, nut.
Yeah, you know what? He lost Mike Tyson's punch out, didn't he?
He did, but that's not a he still was the champ.
No, he wasn't. That's the point.
Mike Tyson was the champ. Mike Tyson's still a great boxer. I don't care what you
Yeah, he's still a great boxer.
little ginger throwing rocks over there.
Let's go hit him. Go get him.
Car?
No, just
Aw,
some
that's
ginger
no
kid out there
fun.
throwing.
Just in general.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
Welcome to Hagerstown.
Welcome to Hagerstown. On that note, we are almost at the House of Pain, Neil Superior Professional Wrestling Training Center in beautiful downtown Hagerstown, Maryland.
Even with an accident, still right on time.
Damn right. So we're going to tap out. Once again, I'm Grizzly Joe Grasso.
And I'm hashtag Hamish Stewart.
And I am Tommy Seto, the Arrogant Almighty.
Are you still here?
God, he's so good.
He really
He's
is.
so good. It's such a tight gimmick.
Well, Tommy Seto, keep the faith, brother.
Should be Tommy Tsunami though. Still,
Tommy tomorrow.
yeah.
Tommy
I
Salami.
got 5 different ring names just in case someone wants to
You
claim
got-
copyright.
You got time. All right,
He
fans.
does have some time.
Subscribe to us on iTunes. Rate, review us. That's how we get more listeners. That's how we keep this podcast going. We'll see you down the road and in the ring.
That ending sounds good. I like that.